grade 5. Today our lesson is about comparative and superlative adjectives. What are comparative adjectives? Comparative adjectives are used to compare two places, people, things, or groups. For example, the rabbit is faster than the turtle. Faster is a comparative adjective. What are superlative adjectives? Superlative adjectives are used to compare three or more people, places, things, or groups. For example, this dog is the largest animal of the three. Largest is the superlative adjective. Rules of comparative and superlative adjectives. It means how do we form comparative and superlative adjectives. Rule number 1. Adjectives with one syllable. It means short adjectives. For comparative adjectives, we add er. For example, the adjective tall. Tom is taller than Jerry. We added er. For superlative adjectives, we add est. For example, Pluto is the tallest one of all. Tallest is the superlative adjective, and we added to it est. More examples. Large, larger than, the largest. Nice, nicer than, the nicest. Soft, softer than, the softest. New, newer than, the newest. High, higher than, the highest. These are adjectives that have one syllable and we added to them er and est. Rule number 2. One syllable adjectives that end with consonant vowel consonant or CVC. For comparative adjectives, we double the last consonant and we add er. For example, hot. Hot has a consonant vowel consonant. So, what does hot become? The fire is hotter than the tea. We double the T and we add er. For superlative adjectives, we double the last consonant and we add est. For example, the sun is the hottest one of them. More examples. Wet, wetter than, the wettest. Sad, sadder than, the saddest. Thin, thinner than, the thinnest. Fat, fatter than, the fattest. Big, bigger than, the biggest. We doubled the last consonants of these adjectives and we added er. Rule number 3. Adjectives that end with a consonant and a y. For comparative adjectives, drop the y and add ier. For example, funny. This clown is funnier than the other clown. Funny ends with y, so we dropped the y and we added ier. For the superlative adjectives, drop the y and add iest. For example, this is the funniest clown in the circus. Funniest, we dropped the y and we added iest. More examples. Easy, easier, the easiest. Busy, busier than, the busiest. Lucky, luckier than, the luckiest. Lazy, lazier than, the laziest. All of these examples end with a y and a consonant. So we dropped the y and we added ier and iest. Rule number 4. Long adjectives that are made of more than one syllable. For comparative adjectives, we add more. For example, the word interesting. This is a long adjective. It is made of more than one syllable. So, how do we form it to make it comparative adjective? The story is more interesting than the movie. We add more. For superlative adjectives, we add most. For example, this is the most interesting story I have ever read. More examples. Exciting, more exciting than, the most exciting. Famous, more famous than, the most famous. Fantastic, more fantastic than, the most fantastic. Beautiful, more beautiful than, the most beautiful. All these adjectives are made of more than one syllable, and so we added to them more and most. Rule number 5. Irregular adjectives. Good is an adjective that does not take er or est or more or most. It's an irregular adjective. So when we want to form the comparative we make good, it becomes better than, and for the superlative it becomes the best. Examples: eating healthy food is better than eating junk food. You gave me the best advice about food. Another irregular adjective is the word bad. Bad becomes worse than and the worst. Examples: this player is worse than his teammate. This is the worst player in the team. Pay attention. Never use more or most with er and est. Do not say more sillier, most sillier. You can say sillier and silliest. So if you add er and est, you cannot use more or most. Thank you for listening. This is our lesson about comparative and superlative adjectives. Reread the notes carefully and stay safe.